Hey Deadheads. So over the last 10 to 11 months, we've done a few of these handheld controllers that you can use for your mobile gaming device. You can use USB-C or you can use Bluetooth. And one of the ones that we featured early on was this one right here, the BSP D8. We found it to be a great little handheld, but today we're going to look at an upgraded version. There's now the D8 Pro. So let's take a look and see if this one has improved upon what we already liked, and is it worth the cost? Stay tuned. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by Bender. Why? Because Bender is awesome. He is Fry's best friend, and wait a second, I'm not Futurama or John DiMaggio? Shout out to John DiMaggio. Anyways, Deadheads, welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time, new Deadheads. Today, we're going to take a look at yet another mobile controller that we can use to make our phone or tablet useful as far as retro gaming. So make sure you hit that like button and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Dead Fred, Retro Game with Dead Fred. But let's get on with it. All right, Deadheads, so here it is, the D8 Pro. First, as always, want to say thank you to Amazon.com for providing this review sample. As always, they have not seen this video ahead of time, and my opinions are my own about this unit. So this comes in a very basic box, much like the R36S. There are different manufacturers that are out there, not manufacturers, different sellers that are putting like their own branding on this one. But this one is just the generic box right here, the BSP, the D8 Pro. It does stretch from 128 millimeters to 289. That's pretty wide right there. A picture of it, nothing fancy on the box right here. You can see that we have our Nintendo Switch Connect, PC, Android, and iOS. So pretty much just like the regular D8. And you can see here it's showing the start, turbo select, left rocker, cross key, home, right rocker, function keys. Pretty nice looking on the box here. And this product adopts ergonomic design, has a comfortable touch. Oh, Deadheads, this has got a comfortable touch. And it does have Bluetooth 5.2. It's connected to various hosts such as mobile phones through Bluetooth. Supports the Shooting Plus app. Okay, so there's an app we can get on this, just like the previous one. Android, HD standard. So a lot of standards here, a lot of Bluetooth right here. USB cable. Can be firmware upgraded for additional features. So hope they keep supporting this. So let's get this guy out of here, see what's in the box. All right, let's dig into the box here. So first of all, we have our manual, and we see a QR code here right off the bat. So tips before playing on iOS and Android. So of course, a lot of people probably want to use the Genshin Impact or Public Underground mobile. And so it's telling you right here that it will support it in Android. But I mean, it will not support it in Android, but it does support Genshin in iOS, but does not support PUBG. So good, it tells you that there. Here is a QR code where you can see what controller games have been tested and supported of this. Here are your connections. So I keep this handy, your Android connection. So you can have it appear as an Xbox wireless controller, or it can appear as the BSP D8 Pro controller on Android. You can use it on Windows and iOS. We're going to be using this on Android. It looks like there's the D8 that we reviewed last year, and then here's the Pro that we're doing today. So support streaming and cloud. So pretty good manual. Definitely recommend keeping this handy because it's going to have a lot to it. So let's dig in here and see. And we have a cable. So we have our USB A to C, so pretty standard cable there. We have some kind of clip, some kind of back plate. Not sure what that's for yet. I'm sure I'll find out. So two of those, okay, two of those. And you can, this does have swappable D-pad. So here is your traditional cross D-pad, and it also has an Xbox style rocker D-pad. And looks like that's all that's in the box, nothing else in the box. And let's get this guy out. And the orange and white's pretty nice. Okay, so first thoughts here. I wanted to try this. This is for you, Rob. Let's see how. Whoa. Okay. Wow. This thing. Yeah. This can stretch. You could get a rather large tablet. Now, why anybody would want to have this thing stretched out like this and play like this, I don't really know, but that's pretty cool that it can do that. So it seems to have a pretty good mechanism, you know, that we're used to here. Do a little test. Okay, not bad, feels good. It does have a rocker style, and oh, that's nice. That's like micro clicks. And this does come off. This is removable, so that's really cool. They even did 2 different colors here, I guess, so you could tell the difference. But let's put the traditional D-pad on there. Let's try it with that. And it's got, probably needs to be broken in. It's a little stiff, but it feels good. Again, we're talking about a $50 controller here. It feels a lot like the Razr Kishi micro switches. That's what it feels like to me. It reminds me of that, but not bad. I think overall I'm probably gonna like or prefer the rocker cap here better. I play a lot of Xbox Elite controllers, and I think, yeah, this is probably, but it's good that it has both. You can switch it. These sticks, kind of small. They feel really good. They have a good refraction, a good bounce back there. So not bad. Feels pretty good. I like the texture there. That's pretty nice touch. Nice click to it. Not too loud, overly aggressive. And let's see about these buttons. Oh yeah, these are like the unicorn buttons. I think I'm definitely becoming a fan of this. I know that's a pretty contentious in the community out there, but I like these. Yeah, I like these types of buttons. So I'm gonna say, yeah, man. And it looks like it's using the PlayStation icon. So, oh, it also has X in the middle of it. So look at that, A, X, X square, triangle Y. So it's got both. That's pretty cool. Looks like we have our select and start. We have some kind of menu button here, or turbo, a home button, and whatever that button is. Okay, nothing really going on the back here. And let's see about these triggers. I kind of like the offset on the orange. Okay, these feel pretty good. Doing a little test there. Little loud. Not bad. And then there's this little special button here. That's a little more clicky. So you can assign this macro to different things. So that's pretty nice. So yeah. All in all, this feels pretty good. You know, we have been really good fans, or my preferred handle so far this year has been the EasySMX M10. Which is still one of my favorite handhelds, but I gotta say, these sticks are better. These sticks just feel a little more responsive and tighter. This one feels more like the traditional Switch, but they both feel a million times better than some of the other earlier mobile controllers we've done. And this is your traditional membrane-based buttons. I am becoming a fan of this, the clicky buttons here. You can see this is a $30 controller, and this is a $50 controller. So there's a bit of a difference there. But as far as it does have, you know, that extra button up here. But as far as the grip goes, this EasySMX I liked. One of the things I liked about it was the texture on the back. This also has a texture on the back. It's just not as pronounced, which is good, because I thought this one was a little aggressive. You could feel it a little rough on the back, and this one is a little more polished and smooth, but still enough to give you a grip. So I think that's very favorable. Well, let's fire this thing up and let's see what it can do, play some footage. All right, guys, so I've got my Galaxy Fold 6 here loaded up. It holds it pretty good. I feel pretty secure about it. Now it does have, you know, a nice little texture to hold it in place. This is a Bluetooth, not USB-C, so it does give you more flexibility with tablets and bigger handhelds. Again, this thing can stretch real out, but it feels pretty good and pretty comfortable. As we navigate through Retroarch here, we can see that it's pretty responsive, so I don't have any issue here moving through the menus on Retroarch. With the D-pad here, again, you can switch it. That's a really good thing about this. I like that you have the swappable D-pads you can switch out for it. But these buttons just feel really good and natural. And if we go over here and give it some left analog, then we can start using the left analog to navigate. So initial impressions on this, it went into Bluetooth really quick. Basically for Android, you hold down the R1 and hold the power button for 2 seconds. So R1 and power button with it off. Hold for 2 seconds, this will start blinking blue, and then you can go into Bluetooth and it's going to locate it as an Xbox wireless controller. That is a preferred connection method. If that doesn't work, then you can just turn it on without holding R1 and search for Bluetooth, and it should find the BSP D8 Pro controller. Which is going to be an alternate method you can use, but you're going to have more support if you use the Xbox method here. So yeah, let's get into some gaming here and let's just see what this thing can do. Alright, we'll start off with some simple Game Boy Advance here. What else? Some Super Mario World. So, like I said, with the Galaxy S Fold, this is pretty nice. I don't have any fear that this is going to fall out, so. Oops. I got to remember that the Retroarch doesn't start it with the way I'm used to. There we go. Yep, feels good. Controls feel very responsive, even though it's Bluetooth and you're always, you know, wondering if there could be any kind of delay, but I don't feel any delay. It feels like it's playing just as it should. I feel like it's very responsive. Of course, this is better played with the D-pad, I think. So yeah, it feels nice. It is, you know, a bit bulky. Like I said, if you're going to use this with a tablet or something big, or like a foldable like I'm using it, of course, this is going to be pretty bulky. But if you already own, you know, a phone and you haven't gotten into the retro handhelds yet, and you want to be able to play Retroarch or some of the other things, you know, this is not a bad solution. And I gotta say that at, you know, a third of the price of the Razr Kishi Ultra that we reviewed a couple months ago, I gotta say this one is just as good, if not better in some ways. And so the competition is really heating up. We've got EasySMX and BSP pushing things, you know. Previously it was the Backbone, and the Backbone is still up over $100, and Razr is still up there. And of course GameSir is a little more reasonable, but I'm going to say that I probably would pick this over the GameSir. It's just a really nice, and if you see here, it does have this special FPS mode for the controller. Now, I'm not an Android or gamer that would use this for like this. I'm playing old school retro games, so it's not going to make a lot of sense in my case, but it's nice to know that it has that and it has software to support it, and the firmware can be upgraded in the future. So yeah, this feels good. It feels really nice. Let's take a look at something a little more modern. I'm going to put it in the Pocket S here, and it's going to look a little crazy, guys, but let's try. And if you really want to go crazy, guys, look, you can just, you know, play like this. You can use it just like a Bluetooth controller. You could hook it up, and just if you've got a foldable like this or a tablet and you just want to have it like that. Then you can, if you got to get up and move, you can slap it in there like that and use it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. So let's jump over and let's try this in some higher emulation. Hey guys, this is pretty ridiculous, but you know, I love the Pocket S, and I just simply wanted to see what it would look like matching that white colorway. This thing is a monstrosity, but it does work. It's Android. It's going to work just like my Fold 6. So we can just, you know, pull it in here and use the controller on anything, you know, that we want to play here. So let's pull up some 3DS here and just have a look at this controller running on the Pocket S. So how about some new Super Mario Brothers 2 on the 3DS? And I did swap the D-pad out. I found that using this on the 3DS, even though it uses a slider, was not very favorable. So we're going to use this D-pad here. And once I went in and set up the keys, I had to go into Lime, and assign the keys and get it going. And yeah, it's playing like I would expect it to. So again, if you have an Android or an iOS device or a tablet, you know, that you want to turn into a little bit of a retro or gaming handheld, then you certainly can do this. And I am sure for those of you that play Genshin Impact or Call of Duty, understand that the limitations have nothing to do really with any of these controllers and everything to do with the manufacturer and software developers that are not supporting these yet. So if you buy one of these expecting to play Call of Duty on it, I would recommend not to try that. It's just not going to happen. Play Call of Duty on your console. But for older gaming or more simple Android gaming, this is going to play very well. Well guys, again, we want to thank Amazon.com for providing this review sample as they did with the D8. And I hope the company continues to innovate and make more of these controllers and improve it. I like the pressure they're putting on Backbone, GameSir, and Razr. It's your move, guys. Let's drop the price. Let's get this competition going, and let's make some more great handhelds. So if you're wondering, at $50, I would say, yeah, this is a buy. I like this quite a bit. I wish it wasn't so bulky. The only thing that I still prefer about my EasySMX is the thinness of it. So if you don't want bulky, then definitely nothing like this. But if you're going to get something that has all these features and qualities and it can extend like this, it's going to be bulky. But that's my recommendation. I think if you understand what you're getting, I would definitely recommend this. And, you know, really don't see a whole lot wrong with it, other than, again, getting it to pair, you know, with your device is going to be depending on what kind of device you're using. Make sure you keep a copy of this handy so you can refer back to it, so you can get it set up correctly and the software it needs. But the hardware of this thing is pretty nice. I like it. I like the texture. I like the color. I like the way that it looks and feels, and I think that it looks just really, really good. Of course, it's just ridiculous to use this on my Pocket S, which has its own really good controller already built in. So anyways, guys, leave me a comment, hit that like button, share. Remember to go love your loved ones, because tomorrow's never promised, guys. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Dead Fred out.